Alright, guys. It is time for game 2 of this week's iCast, your freaking awesome replays. It is, of course, the That Belongs in a Museum challenge, where players are to bring out rare and ancient upgrades. Not always ancient, sometimes new, but they kind of look like something archaic that you've dug out of the ground, because nobody uses them. Up here in the top left, representing Protoss, it's Skinny Malinky. That's a name I recognize. I feel like he's been featured sometime in the last couple months. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, the Zerg player, it is Erlin. Of course, if you guys want to get your replays in for next week's challenge, it is inside of you. Well, I would like every one of you out there on the ladder to slide your base inside your opponent's base. Some examples: floating buildings, proxy-hatch, Nexus in the main. Think of the very first episode of Kaboom, baby. Proxy-hatch in there and start running banelings in from multiple sides. Float a command center in. Don't even plan to do a planetary rush. Just fly it through the main. I actually am going to do that the next time someone bribes me, or on Twitch Plays Pig I get asked to do a planetary rush. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be like, it's a planetary rush, but I never invest in the planetary. And like, my opponent's pulling all these workers to kill it, and it's like not even upgrading, and I'm like, haha, it's a scouting command center, haha. People are asking, are we going to have any more? Yeah, we've got 2 Kaboom Baby replays. My schedule is almost always like absolutely chock-a-block. So keep requesting, keep asking about, be like, oi, we want to see more of it. We like that show. We've got 2 replays of Kaboom. We've got a lot more, a few more Flow files in the current pack, and I believe Flow has just sent off or is about to send me off a brand new pack. I think there's one in my inbox right now of Florencia replays, so lots more fun replays coming. But yeah, get those replays in for next week, guys. Slide your base inside your opponent's base. I don't know, you could even just go do 4 gas steal, right? You could do the gas thief kind of one. You could, you know, try and do these silly spine crawler elevators and shit that contain them some way, right? It's kind of getting your base in their base from the front. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Now, people always ask me, like, what if I do this? What if I do this? The answer is we don't give a fuck. As long as it's in the spirit of the challenge, if it's a slight deviation, we don't care. If you break the rules slightly, we do not care if the game is super entertaining. So as always, use your own judgment on that. And yeah, don't be spamming us questions, please, about, oh, does this count? Does that not count? Use your own judgment. So, you know, you're going to have to make your own judgment call on, hey, wait a second. Is this in the spirit of it? And is it a really fun game, right? Because there's a lot of people who send in replays and they kind of go, oh man, I did this really cool, unique thing. And in isolation, that thing does sound cool. But, you know, if it's a really standard game and then you just get like 2 or 3 times far ahead of the opponent and then you do the interesting thing or the unique thing, it's just not that interesting, right? Because it's like you've kind of won the game, and then you just, rather than finishing the game, you're playing with your food. It's what I always criticize like Golden and Vibe for. You know, people are like, oh, Pig, why do you never do the neural parasite and then build your opponent's stuff? And I'm like, well, the people who do that all the time, I love Vibe and Golden, but they're absolutely just fucking not finishing their food and moving it around the plate, right? You know, they got the mashed potato and they're just like, and then mum's yelling at them, eat your fucking food, don't play with it. And they're like, eh. You know, it's kind of the same where those games aren't very fun to cast because there's usually a big period where there's not much suspense. You know, I really like it when people are trying to make strange things happen, but not when the game's already over. You know, if you've already got massively ahead and then you start playing around, it's not that exciting. Now, people sometimes I've mentioned this and they've said, but Pig, but then if I try to do this challenge, I lose games. And I go, yeah. And they go, but then I'll lose games. And I go, yes. And they go, I lose my imaginary internet points that my entire sense of self-worth and value come from. And I go, cool. Maybe you should not give a fuck so much about your imaginary internet points. Or I don't know, make a new account, play unranked, fucking take a deep breath. You're going to lose some games while you're figuring out how to play the game different. That's literally StarCraft. They're like, oh, so you want us all to lose MMR and then Smurf? And I'm like, no! Anyways, people who are purposely obtuse aside, this is some very quick DTs. Big thanks, Falcon Paladin, for the big sub and the big raid. Hope you had a great stream, mate. 3 invisible ninjas walking into a base. Are they brothers? I think they are. I think they're about to be dead brothers. No! All right, one DT goes down. The other two do get away from there. Erlin, the Zerg player here with some very good ghost detectors. These Spork rulers, good for sensing the supernatural. Or in this case, the most disgusting and pervy of Protoss, invisible dudes with scythes who try to chop your dick off when you're not looking. Meanwhile, this Overlord did see literally everything on the other side of the map. We haven't really seen any interesting upgrades yet, have we, right? So, it's just been... I mean, this is Forge and a Star... Okay, we're seeing Plasma Shields now. Alright, are we going to see a Mass Archon follow-up? Is it going to be an Archon build? I don't know. Great Overlord positioning around the edges here. Absolutely no idea of this rotation with the Prism. Oh god, these two DTs. It's like letting a rabid dog loose in a playpen, you know. The little kids run away screaming after watching a bunch of their friends get slaughtered. And the doggos pick back up and run away. So, yeah. If drones were the most kind of innocent, vulnerable people in society, Dark Templar are the people who try to murder them. They definitely do not pick on people their own size. How often do you see a Dark Templar go, oh look, there's 30 roaches over there, let's fight that? No. They go hide in the bushes till the roaches have run past, and then they go and murder the fucking workers, don't they? It's the Dark Templar way. Not the most Chad unit. They're a bit sneaky, bit devious. So that's 2 Archons. Plasma Shields is on the way, and we got a Fleet Bacon as well. So it's going to be Plasma Shield, Archon, into fucking, I don't know what. These 2 Archons coming into the corner of the main. For those who don't know, by the way, I think I did already call out the challenge for next week. So that's all good, actually. I don't need to call that one out. But yeah, get your replays in, please. We've had a lot of new people submitting to Icyfar, which has been a lot of fun. Oh, Skinny Malinky. Oh no, these queens taking some damage. Oh man, Skinny Malinky's having a bit of a party, eh? Those Archons looking pretty good so far. He's going to add a lot of gateways and a single void ray. Okay, so I was about to start making a logical assessment of what the next step was for Skinny Malinky, but it appears to be doing shit that makes no sense. We're going to see 2 Stargate. Are we going to see Fuckvanes? I think we might see Fuckvanes. But why are we going 8 gates at the same time? Is this just going to be a ground army plus a squad of Void Rays for running around? It's like when a Zerg player makes like a bunch of Mutalisks to like, you know, backstab, but not too many, and they've still got a ground army? Is that it? Show me your Fuckvanes, baby. Yeah, it's Fuckvanes. Awesome. All right, so that's going to increase the speed and acceleration of those Void Rays. For those who don't know, though, Archons here. Oh, all right, the Archons. Nice, hot pickups. So Zerglings versus Archons. I mean, this is... Oh, the Observer does go down. I was going to say, it's not quite like the DTs fighting the drones, but it's not much different. You're watching, like, when Zerglings fight Archons, it really is like... It's, you know, they're not toddlers. They're like 9-year-olds, the Zerglings, and the Archons are like bouncers on steroids who are like, oh, are you talking shit about me? And to any bystander, you're like, dude, that's a 9-year-old. Are you offended because a 9-year-old called you a name? And then you see the bouncer like pick the 9-year-old up, rip his arm out of his socket, and then just start beating him in the fucking face with it. And you're like, okay. That's Archons versus Zerglings. So if you actually allow your fucking Zerglings to just stand and fight versus Archons, I just want to know that's essentially what you're doing. You're like, yeah, go fight the guy on steroids who has no problem just fucking beating a child to death. Anyways, 3 Void Rays are out, so it's 1 alpha of Chads. It's going to be a double alpha soon. Fuckvanes is complete. Plus 2 plasma shields and plus 1 air weapons. This ground army is so shit, man. It's like a couple sentries and immortals. Malinky has saturated the 3rd, and he's going to go for a 4th. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. The Archons, it feels like Erlin should have been maxed out already, right? But has been so distracted by this drop. And I love that Erlin still has no vision around the edges, and every time this drop comes in, Erlin's like, whoa, it just came out of the shadows. It's like, you know, you have like a free map hack unit, right, that you're like just not using. Like, oh, but I don't want to lose an Overlord. It's like, you know, they can't die in the dead space, right? That queen, luckiest queen of all time. Skinny Malinky, being very conservative, does not want to lose these Archons, just slowly getting value with them over time. And we see a 4th and a 5th base going up. And Malinky here, of course, is like, well, now it's time to go out with the double alpha. So that's literally, I mean, if there's one, if a beta even looks at that, they will fucking just explode, man. That's just too much Chad. Ooh. All right, these zealots are gonna finally, no. The zealots think they're probes. They're going to mine. They're walking around. Unfortunately, once again, yeah, it's still a competent fucking martial artist up against an untrained fucking idiot. So, Zerg units continuing to be shit. Gravitic boosters, that's observer speed, because we're literally going for every fucking rare upgrade, are we? More Chads, motherships on the way. There's a fuck ton of swarm hosts there, and they're gonna burrow outside. Oh no. Well, thankfully, there is a 4th and a 5th, so Skinny Malinky can afford to give this base up. But I am worried about that flank of Chads over there. It's going to be able to come in, and if Erlin loses a base, it's going to be a lot more impactful. Erlin really needs that 4th up right now. Ooh, Skinny Malinky's coming down here. Sees the roaches? Okay. So Erlin's going to run away. He's trying to get into Hydra Tech right now. Has got +2 attack for these range units. Look at this Chad of a probe. He says, get fucked, fuck you. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, the roaches did turn around and vomit fucking acid on his face. +2 Plasma Shield Archon Zealot on the right, and a lot of Chads on the left. Where's Mama? Is Mama out? Mama's about to pop out. Finally, can you imagine giving birth to a mothership? Holy shit. That Nexus is going to be fucking messed up for months. Jesus. Squeezing that thing out of that little narrow top of the Nexus? I don't even know how. You really do want a Nexus with a wide birthing canal. Is that what it's called? Are we calling the top of a Nexus a birthing canal now? Well, the mothership comes out of it, so I'm assuming maybe it's warp technology. Maybe they just teleported in. I don't know. I'm like, I'm now imagining like a Nexus, but it's like in a StarCraft cartoon. It's got a face on it, and it's going, and the Zealot's next to it, and he's like, breathe, honey, breathe. And the Nexus just fucking shoots out this capital ship the size of a fucking city. Meanwhile, these guys are still just waiting. So Skinny Malinky is like, I don't want to just go in and have you be nearby. I want to come in and surprise the shit out of you. He's gonna, we're gonna go, no, what are we doing? Okay, he's gonna wait for the mama. So the Chads have all been told, follow mama. They're a bunch of mama's boy Chads. Not that most Chads, to be honest, normally not mama's boys, but in this case they are. Kind of weird, but whatevs. Have we got a storm? We do. Look at this locust wave. Erlin here with the big brain locust wave throws it from like 5 screens away. Oh no, he's gonna stop +2 ship weapons. Ooh, that was actually not terrible. I was gonna make fun of it because it was thrown from so far away that the locusts had disappeared like 2 seconds after they arrived. Fortunately for them, their damage is insane. Comes in here, distracts on the left-hand side. The Chads and Mama come forward. To be fair, I don't think she's a very good mama if she named all 8 of her kids Chad. I'm like, you have 8 Chads? She's like, yeah, that's Chad, that's also Chad, that's Chad, that's Chad. I'm like, how the fuck do you know the difference? She's like, well, I don't. They're all just fucking Chads to me. I'm like, okay, you're a fucking weird family of flying Protoss units over here. Fix your shit. Archons are mortals and a shitload of storm on the right. They got to avoid the swarm host. Nothing shoots up here though, guys. How are we going to defend? Well, okay, I guess that answers that question. A field of spores. Now, if they use prismatic alignment, the void rays can just blast through, or they can go around, right? Those spores are rather static. At this point, it does feel like our Zerg player with an epic bank, pretty shitty economy, to be honest. Only 48 workers, but he's got a lot of minerals. Not much gas though. And those spores are there. And guess what, mamas? Look at that. Devious Protoss tactics. Flies around the spores and says those can't move. Get fucked. Oh, try to get away from the swarm hosts. And is doing quite fine with it. Okay, the Hydras are back. Mama's in the open. Oh, the Chads leave Mama. She does take a lot of shots to the face. And we're going to click on the Roach Warren. I don't know if that's the most impactful, to be honest. Meanwhile, these Roaches and Ravagers run in and get their shit kicked. Mama, she's so weak. Mama, just kill the Zerg. The Hive is dead. That's not bad, actually. And the Hydras are still doing damage, though. Oh, man, these Chads are all going down. I guess they've lost their will to live. Mama died, now they're taking damage. Thankfully, the Crowned Army comes in behind it. Immortals, High Templar, and Archons. Just gonna fucking shit all over this. The Chads finally decide to turn and fight and realize 2 Hydras don't actually beat 5 or 6 Fuckvane's Void Rays. Meanwhile, now we're gonna see Storm. Here we have Storm, followed by... Can we see a bit more Storm? No? Kind of missed the Roach Hydra and now just loses. Okay, fantastic. The Chads are being microed. The High Templar all get wrecked. I was like, we're going to see Storm, followed by more Storm. After that, a little bit more Storm. Yeah, this is... okay. Alright, I think Erlin may be dead, guys. 3-2 Hydras are coming out with... Do they have double upgrades? They do, but there's... Is there no lava left? There's 12 lava, and there's like almost no Hydras building. Oh god. Those are the storms. Those are the storms we were looking for. Does not have enough energy for any more though. Those High Templar are going to go down as well. More High Templar. Oh my god, the micro skinny Malinky there. Fuck me. Does have 4 bases up still. Never rebuilt that 5th or any of the other ones. And what's being built now? Carriers. Okay. I also like the rally point of these carriers is just... This is the rally point of the Stargate. Skinny Malinky here is saying, I'm going to finish this game with finesse. We're going to rally our buildings into the Zerg's base. And we're going to rely on the fact that they were already fucking far ahead. There's still a lot of... oh, there are more Hydras coming in. Bile's going to join in as well. Only 2 Chads left. Back to an Alpha. Let's be real, though. I feel like an Alpha of Chads... Bit easier to micro, but oh no! Only 1 Chad left over after all of that. How many Zealots? 18 Zealots. If the Roaches can get in front of the Hydras, that'll work really well. These Hydras come down. Where are the Roaches, though? You've got to be careful protecting these Hydras because there is a limited anti-air for Erlin. If Erlin can just rebuild a whole bunch of hatcheries, there's still good money here, but ooh, nice force fields on the ramp. Good usage there. Malinky's got a bunch of storms as well. What am I looking at? The carriers! Oh my god, this is so funny. These carriers. Oh my god, the Locusts are going to go that way. The Zealots should be able to deal with those, but oh my god. The carrier rally. Fucking Jesus Christ. I don't think they killed a single thing. A whole bunch of Zealots actually died there as well to those Locusts. Just impressive. Let's see, does the rally point change? 2 Stargates are rallied... Where? Oh. It's rallied here now. Okay. I mean, at least it's not in the enemy base. It's just 2/3 of the way across the map. Fair enough. These Zealots are going to run in and click on that hatchery. Try and snatch the hatchery. This Zealot's going to run in here. Says, hello, my name's fucking Zealot. I like fucking butchering drones and also contemplating poetry while standing on creep. Okay, fair enough. This Void Ray runs in as well. I like that Erlin's like, yep, it's fine. Let's go across the map with me, army. Don't need to fucking go deal with either of these problems. It's not even a problem. Oh my god, all the tech's burning down. I think the Hydroden just burnt down. These Spire and Evos are about to burn down as well. Well, not burn, but bleed, I guess. For those who don't know, that is actually starvation. Buildings not on creep do take damage because they can't eat. They get hungry and they slowly lose hit points. Immortals, Archons, Zealots up here. Trying to wait for these Locusts to expire before they turn and fight. Okay, they do, and that's a lot of Zealots right now. The upgrades +3 Plasma Shields. No attack upgrades on any of these Protoss units. Biles go down, but the Protoss just micros right through it. This is good micro by Malinky. And you know what? You can burrow, but you can't hide. You know what, though? There's enough 3-2 hide. Oh, I forgot the upgrades. 3-2! And only Plasma Shields for the Protoss units. God damn, they just got dicked, mate. Protoss here. Skinny Malinky. Trying to style way too much with the upgrades. And it turns out, you know, if you bring a bunch of ancient weapons, you bring those weapons that belong in a museum to just straight up well-upgraded Roach Hydra, things can get a little bit awkward, man. This single Zealot finally gets aggroed on a rally of Hydras and gets ignored. So he's going to go back and just stand there. Okay, fantastic. These probes hiding there, hoping they can weather this war in the refugee camp. Zealot does go in, finally takes out a single drone. So what's the follow-up? Carriers and Mama. And the carriers are still just rallied out across the map, by the way, are they? No, they're here now. 2 Chads, 4 carriers. I mean, that's going to do pretty well, right? Unfortunately, remember that +2 ship weapons did go down. And if this base falls, you're in trouble. Skinny Malinky's low on cash. Our Zerg player Erlin has lost a lot of mining and bases, but had such a big bank from earlier that it's kind of okay. Thankfully, Skinny Malinky does have 8 High Templar, each with a Psy Storm. Storming, baby. I'm pretty sure Skinny Malinky can save this base if he so wishes. And he's gonna... Oh, he's thinking about it. Storms his own Zealots. Alright, the Nexus survives. I mean, that there, if there's one thing that gets a Zerg player a little bit excited in his giblets, it's a red hit point Nexus. Zerg players can't resist. That's like putting raw meat in front of a fucking hungry dog. That's like, there is 100% chance he's going to go back in there. Now, 2 Locusts to start, nothing to defend it. That may actually be enough. But no, it's not microed. And the Protoss is just going to run down the left-hand side of the map. We're going to go, what are we going to just base trade while he's sitting outside your base? What? How could you possibly... What? It's so risky. He could have ran in at any time and he'd have such a head start on the base trade. This is the most fucking YOLO decision making. He's like, yeah, man, you're outside my base. I want to just fucking walk across to your side of the map and hope you just don't attack me. I'm like, what the fuck? Who makes that decision? Apparently, Skinny Malinky makes that decision. It's all about the Psy Storm, honestly. If Skinny Malinky can just pull back whenever the Zerg engages and drop big Psy Storms, he should crush this army. Mum is here as well, which is going to complicate things. There's no Overseers. So, with no detection here... Oh, God, big storm. And you know what? There's no lair either. The lair is only halfway remade right now. Remember that a lot of the tech went down. The Roach Warren and Hydroden did get rebuilt in the natural, I guess. Corruptors are being built, which are not... I mean, they're good versus Mothership. They're good at kind of sniping the carriers. They're very vulnerable to the Void Rays, though. More Zealots being warped in. This base is now up over here. This base is still mining. Those 7 workers on one gas, 0 on the other. Can't say I'd advise that. Locusts pushing them back temporarily here. Out of gas is Erlin. So Erlin needs to retake that gas geyser, needs to put extra workers on these, and has had 4k minerals for a long time. So I really do feel if Erlin had just taken some bloody hatcheries and kept them up, would be in an amazing position right now. But with that much Psy Storm, and you're relying on 40 Hydras, oh god, this is about to get fucking weird, guys. Look for the Psy Storms. Those Zealots get a good start to the engage. Where are the High Templar at? Is that... Oh, they're all full on energy now? And they all kind of sit out in the open. A full energy High Templar goes down just like that. Jesus. Well, why are we recalling? Oh, of course. Combat recall into the main of the Zerg. Don't go up there. No, Erlin, don't be a fucking... No. Come on, mate. Why are you actually going to try... Okay, these storms are terrible. He kept storming. That's the one we were looking for. That is the storm. One more down here. One more down here. Come on. One more juicy storm on the... Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh. Oh. Protoss players need to change your pants after seeing that one. Erlin's like, oh, you're in me fucking main base. That's not fair. Oh, man. Holy shit. Obviously, Skinny Malinky was like, oh, we'll get him as he rushes up the ramp. Then finally landed those juicy storms and all the units balled up on the bottom. Juicy, juicy, Lucy storms. And just about every, yeah, lots of rare upgrades that game. Plasma shields to start. We saw fuck veins. We saw observer speed. There's some good shit. GG, well played there. Skinny Malinky played like a little bit of a Gronk, but also kind of beautiful. GG. Do I get fuck veins when I do Chad's balls? Unfortunately, no, Sly. If they make Void Rays a bit cheaper, maybe I could do like an actual build where I get a little bit more of the fuck veins. But as it is, not too much.